Wagon, we are back on some back activity. As usual, various pull movements. I've actually been doing a lot more cable stuff, and I've not done a lot of like deadlifts or rows or stuff like that. Probably next week I'll switch it up a little bit. But I've been liking this late night stuff. But I've actually been doing the late night stuff because um, I kinda awake most of the night looking at the market and whatnot. So I'm usually like, I'ma just kill two birds with one stone. Get a pump and walk on the markets. And also going to the gym at night is pretty nice because it's just you. Like every now and then, probably 20% of the time there'll be someone, but 80% of the time there is no one in the gym at night. So get some workout in, get a really nice hot shower, get a sauna every now and then. But the sauna just cooks you, man. The sauna actually reduces how sore you are, in my opinion. And I've been seeing like the benefits of like the hot cold exposure. Like if you have a sauna, you hit a sauna and then you do a polar plunge. It's really nice. We did that yesterday and I got out of there and I was very relaxed. You just chill. You just get cooked you get steamed up like a vegetable. But this is pretty much one of my favorite back exercises because the stretch is it's just too good. Like you get a really nice stretch and you get a really nice squeeze, and also the isolation. So each side is kind of getting an equal. It is getting equally worked on. So this has been my favorite back exercise. And actually the other day I was messing around and I was looking at Google Earth. Like the app, the thing on your computer where you can check out the world. And I was looking at islands and stuff. And human beings are everywhere. Like literally. There are so many islands in the Pacific. And when you zoom in, there's just people everywhere. Like even the tiniest island is just like airstrip and then houses. And you're like, how did, like, who even lives there? Like what are you even doing there? Like there's no store, there's nothing, there's just houses, people just live. I wonder even who owns those tiny islands. But I saw this tiny island somewhere in the Pacific and it had a ton of weird looking birds and people. It just had tons and tons of birds and people. And you just wonder, how did these people even get there? But it's funny how humans are just everywhere on Earth. Like literally, humans are everywhere. Like if there's an organism that is most dominant on this planet, aside from grass, it is humans. But if you think about it, like close to how long ago, like 50,000 years ago, human beings were not everywhere like that. We were just in Africa, and then we expanded everywhere. Can you imagine how tough it was for the first people to go to like the northern part of the world? Like people starting to go to like Europe and having to figure out a way to stay warm, figure out a way to get warm clothes and keep moving up and moving from Africa, going into Europe, going into Russia, going to East Asia, up into Alaska, into Canada, and down into the Americas. Man, humans are very brave. Humans have the highest degree of exploration. We just do not want to stay where we are. That is the human for you. That is why I don't think humans are just meant to do the same thing. Like, you know how the ideal like lifestyle of a human being right now is you get a job, you work this job for 40, 50 years, you retire, and you die. I feel like that is why there's so many cases of people being like depressed and whatnot, anxious. Like, yes, you'll find someone with who is deemed successful, but they feel like it gets meaningless to a certain point. Because if you just do the same thing over and over and over again, life gets boring. You know, like humans have this sense of exploration and to experience new things. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're doing something that you like, then yeah, like you can keep doing it. If you're like creative, like if it encourages you to be like creative and innovative, then yeah, like you can stick to one thing. But even that one thing, it kind of morphs and presents itself in like different ways. It's like even if you're like a sports person, like even sports people, like they do sports until they cannot do it anymore and they retire and then they venture into so many different things. You know, look at someone who is, let's say for example, Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, yes, he does sports, but he does so many other different things. This guy has hotels, brands, clothing. Oh, he's just done so many stuff. He's gone to different places. Like he's from Portugal. He's been to England, played football there. He's been to um, which is this other league, the Spanish league. He's been to now he's at the Saudi Arabian league or whatever. He's there in the Arabs. See, even a guy like that just goes everywhere else. Even like Messi, he was in Europe, did all that stuff there, and then now he's in the Americas. Like humans have this sense of exploration. You know, even in the Bible, even in the first story, Adam and Eve, they were there in the garden chilling, and then they were like, they got bored. And then they explored and ate the apple. And they were kicked out. They went outside and explored out there. So from the beginning, from the first story, it shows that humans have this sense of exploration to go from place to place. But right now what is deemed the ideal like way to live, I don't think it's ideal. I don't think you should just get a job, and because most of the time the incentive for people to get to study and to get a job and whatnot, the incentive is money. It's to make money. And if your incentive is purely to make money, like you will get the money and then you won't know what to do next. How many times have you had the story of that rich guy doing some dumb thing, or that rich guy okay, committing suicide. Like it is not a new story that you hear. Like I'm pretty sure if everyone, most people would really like to get out of their usual and to do something new, to do something they have never done before. But very few people actually push themselves past that. Very few people break the narrative and go outside the narrative of what is expected. So, if you're listening to this, I dare you to break away and do whatever you want. Go explore. And if you do not know what you want, that is a good thing. Because you can actually try stuff with no expectation. Just try stuff and be like, I don't know, this might be what I want, this might not be it. And then in trying different stuff, you just come across it. You just find it. An example for me, is like, yes, I exercise here and whatnot, but I feel like through this exercise I found different stuff, like jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is so much fun. I will keep saying it here over and over again, because jiu-jitsu it never gets old. Like, you think you figured it out, then, well, I have not. But yes, I think yesterday in the gym I go to, they're doing some promotions and whatnot, and this guy got a black belt, and black belt is like almost the last belt. Like, it never ends. Like, in the black belt division, there's so many. There's like first degree, second, third, fourth degree, and whatnot and whatnot. But he was giving a speech and he was like, yeah, you like black belt, it's not really the end. It's a new chapter in where, like, you think you've gotten it, but you have not. Like, you're just better than some people, but there's always going to be someone who is better than you. There's always going to be so many different styles and whatnot. So it is very interesting to think that someone has reached the top, but it is a false stop, and there is just more to the games. Like that are very interesting. So find a game like that, find something that has the illusion of the top, and when you get there, there's more.